Hello everyone, welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Now channel. As always, this time I have appeared with the mysterious soap opera. So don't delay, like and subscribe now.
Forrester
And
Chateau.
stay tuned. Trust pace as Eric and the remainder of the Forresters observed Thomas' commitment. Thomas got an instant message with an update that Douglas was living it up with Steffi and the children. Paris voiced her energy that Douglas was having a ball. However, across the room, Trust shook her head and feigned exacerbation. Afterward, Carter secretly praised Thomas and Paris. "It's beginning and end I needed for you later. Everything," Carter told Paris. Eric declared that he needed to chip away at the coordinated operations for one more wedding in his home. Carter inquired as to whether he could direct Thomas and Paris' service. Both Thomas and Paris amenably set the proposition aside momentarily, taking note of that they had just barely begun arranging their wedding. Brooke-minded desired to perceive how she was doing. Trust didn't say anything and left. Brooke followed Trust outside. There, a profound expectation communicated both distress and fury as she addressed how Thomas might have continued on so rapidly. Brooke contemplated whether Trust was rethinking her choice to dismiss Thomas' engagement proposition. "If Thomas somehow happened to give you a ring now and propose to you, how might you respond?" Brooke inquired. Trust answered that it didn't exactly make any difference what she would do on the grounds that Thomas had proactively continued on with Paris. Brooke attempted to comfort her little girl with an embrace. Back inside, Edge, Eric, and Donna talked about the effect of Thomas and Paris' commitment on Trust. Donna ventured to such an extreme as to say that Thomas and Trust were still infatuated. After Eric and Donna made a beeline for the pool, Edge requested that Thomas and Paris advance down to the pool in a hurry. Edge began to leave, yet unexpectedly halted. He headed directly back to Thomas and Paris and let them know how blissful he was for them. Subsequent to proclaiming that was all he needed to say, Edge continued his excursion to the Forrester pool. Alone with Thomas, Paris shared that she was glad that she and Thomas were a couple. "We become an us until the end of our lives," Paris trilled. As Paris communicated her fervor about turning into Thomas' significant other, the two of them concurred that something considerably more significant needed to start things out. Pool time. Out on the grounds of the Forrester bequest, Brooke let Edge know how Trust was struggling with Thomas' commitment. "It didn't need to be like this. She turned him down," Edge answered unassumingly. Edge didn't blame Expect, saying no on the grounds that he comprehended that she had not been prepared to get hitched. Brooke scrutinized the speed at which Thomas had gotten drawn into another lady. She additionally shared that she had inquired as to whether Trust had any second thoughts. Edge asked what Trust's reaction would be if Thomas somehow managed to request that Trust wed him right then. Paris arose out of the shrubberies and inquired as to whether either Brooke or Edge had seen Thomas, since he presently couldn't seem to appear at the pool. Back inside the house, Thomas recalled his proposition to Trust and how she turned him down. Trust reappeared the house and said that she would have liked to get Thomas alone. Thomas let Trust know that he could perceive that she'd been irritated about all the wedding talk. Trust again begged Thomas not to proceed with his arrangement to wed Paris. Thomas let out a full breath and inquired as to why Trust was bringing that up once more. He brought up that he has requested that Trust wed him a lot of times. However, she had made plainly she would have rather not gotten hitched. Trust shot Thomas' choice to hop solidly into another relationship and his one-sided choice to make Paris a piece of Douglas' life. "You got your opportunity, and you hurt me again and again," Thomas answered. Trust countered that she had expressed no to getting hitched, not to her relationship with him. "It was never over between us," she said delicately. Thomas asked how often Trust needed to dismiss him. "Could I give it a third attempt?" Thomas asked as he took both of Trust's hands. "Will you wed me, Trust? Will you be my significant other?" Thomas inquired.